Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about actual sociopaths on the internet. There's a lot of them. They behave that way. That doesn't necessarily mean they're really sociopaths. And how to tell the difference? You can't. One of the rules you have to deal with on the internet, that most of you figured out, that is that anonymity either brings out the worst, best, or combination in people. And this isn't something you have control over, which means you're not at fault for their behavior. And you have some, but most likely limited ability to do anything about it. And maybe you shouldn't try to. The whole point of engagement on the internet is either A, to be engaged and communicating and being social, or it's purely antisocial and it's a person who demands your attention and won't go the fuck away. Yes, we're talking about the warble garble today, again, because he demands it. This is a person who has demonstrated chronically a need for attention. Negative or positive, it doesn't matter. Okay? That's it. And it doesn't make any sense. By this person's own statements, they're too important for this. Which means, of course, at this point, they aren't. Or they're doing this because this gives them something in return. Anyway, this individual decided to post by looking up my channel name. The only thing that keeps coming up besides WAPTEC being something else, which is a media conglomerate page that's so stripped down it makes DOS look embarrassingly better, and or you didn't look up Wide Area Protocol, WAP. But anyway, this person found something that's not spelled the same, and is from 2011 or maybe earlier. I have had a channel named WAPTEC for a very, very long time, since 2009 or earlier. I've been using the moniker and designation for a sub-business and a sub-LLC. Go look up that. I'm not going to explain it. It's a bunch of BS. It's not relevant. And or just my initialism I would use to check off work after I got done repairing a computer or a monitor. Since the year 2000. So in 2011, someone used a completely different word spelling. I mean, it sounds the same kind of, for a presentation at the 18th ACM Conference on Computer and Communication Security, which I did not attend. This was done by 4 people who did a paper. Part of this paper is actually based on someone trying to get their degree. That means that they were an undergraduate, which means nothing really. But in the computer world, this means that the individuals doing the paper were seeking to be considered, I would say, conventionally recognized and have certifications and have something hang on a wall, a sheepskin as they used to call it. White box analysis of web applications for parameter tampering exploit construction. Identifying parameter tampering vulnerabilities in web applications and or exploiting them using a tool and or methodology, and it is hypothetical. It may have actually gone beyond the hypothetical or theoretical stage. It's not relevant. The point is, this is an extremely convoluted thing to spell at WAPTEC when it actually doesn't. It spells out WAWAPTEC. That's not just reaching, that's getting out the shoulder length opera glove that you get from that one shop that you don't tell people you've ever visited when you were, where you're bored and you're out with your friends. Like really, like shoulder deep in horse, okay? Are you turning the foal so that it can give birth without it being breached? How far are you going with this? Anyway, this has nothing to do with me, but it is one of many misspellings that YouTube and Google try to recorrect. Now, understand, I've been running a YouTube channel, and Google's known about me enough that they've actually got mad at me. And CNN featured me in a video at one point, and it was obviously saying something about me that's not true. This is literally a chronic behavior about my channel and what I put up, because my videos are whatever you were looking for that said something that's not true. My video will have the same title, but worded in such a way, because you can do this in English, to where it contradicts them by saying they're wrong. Most of my videos are about someone being wrong. That's it. Years ago, someone decided to impersonate my channel because I told them not to be rude to one of the viewers on my channel by posting nasty comments, and they said I was being rude, and then started a multi-year harassment campaign that led to them going to prison for exactly what they accused not just me but other people of, and then the person got out on bail and went back to jail because they couldn't control themselves because they have a compulsion about that particular thing we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube. That's an example of a person who did these sorts of things and created a set of postings on the internet attributed to me by impersonating me. The only time I'd made a count that was a number that I could repeat twice was over 300 impersonator accounts just on YouTube. That meant there were Google Plus accounts, Gmail accounts, and an unknown number of blog pages. Okay, and the person, whatever they accused me of, is literally what they were guilty of, and they went to prison for it. And then right after getting out, after 5 years, when you'd think a person would have their head out of their ass, they go off and do the same goddamn thing. Oddly enough, getting caught by posting a comment under one of my YouTube videos, which is apparently something that was being monitored, and the person went to prison again for the full duration, which they deserved. And yes, it's that subject we can't talk about on YouTube that people strangely create fake narratives about to support whatever bullshit they're bringing up instead of going after Catholic priests. So yeah, that happened. So someone then shows screenshots of that person's comments, which are not available anymore, and or faked comments because the comments never existed, and puts up a video. Every few years somebody puts up a video claiming I did something wrong, and then says, all you have to do is go look this up at a police station or something. And I've done a video explaining this, that you can just go to any police department and say, can you look up this person by their face? If I do this is facial recognition compliant video. It's an extremely low resolution, but it has to work in low res. Because the camera that's doing your facial recognition in the past was designed to do, like 240p or 128p. So yeah, you can actually can you look this guy up? And I'm from Portland, Oregon primarily. That's where I did most of my videos, and look it up. And they'll say, no, there's no record of that because there isn't. Someone actually did that apparently, and the police visited me at my favorite coffee shop saying, we got this guy in holding. He keeps caterwauling about stuff. And I'm not saying it was Dark Sky Watcher or any of the other dirty half dozen. I'm just saying it was more than one of them. But that was a long time ago. And yeah, they were apparently streaming it and then had to delete the stream because they literally heard, no, he has no record. It didn't help they talked to a guy who had actually been in my class teaching them how not to screw up computers so the FBI can really get the bad guy data. And yes, it's the same bad guy data subject that we're not allowed to talk about. But no, literally opposite day accused me of something I'm not guilty of because someone who's actually guilty of this crap went out of their way to try to make fake evidence against me. And the thing is, this is actually a case. This is now a case, and it's case law and shit. It's one of the reasons that a lot of police departments, I'm one of many people, it's not just me, where if you make an accusation like that, it's actionable. And now we go back to Warble Garble posting this YouTuber is convicted of something when I'm not. And all you have to do is look them up through a computer system or going to a police department. If only he would give out his full name so that you, Warble Garble, can go threaten my family members by finding out my name and therefore find out my family member names. This has already been done, and everybody is at a safer location because you're not allowed to do this. And again, for the umpteenth time, stop threatening to hurt my family. You're guilty of threatening to hurt my family. No, this isn't, and yes, YouTube reviewer, I'm not bullying the guy. He keeps threatening to hurt people in my family. And then changes the comment. He posted a bunch of comments about this obscure paper that has nothing to do with me, that happened long after I made my YouTube channel, and isn't even the same spelling, and isn't even the spelling they used for their acronym. God, I mean, seriously, this is like literally a college paper that someone did that may or may not have actually resulted in them getting their degree. But anyway, let's move on. After this would post, if it would show up, he'll go back and edit it and put in some insults. He's done that a couple of dozen times. Again, obsessively, like the person who went to prison for doing something that only Catholic priests gets accused of, Warble Garble is doing the same shit. I'm going to keep reposting this. You can't stop me. Every time you do it, I forward it, and it goes to them. And again, just like the pervert who ended up going back to jail because he wouldn't fucking stop posting shit, this gets forwarded to cops at bare minimum. Why are you doing this? And no, you don't have any military contacts, and you don't know what you're talking about, and you're nothing. Just like me. We're all the same nothing. We're all the scum of the earth doing YouTube videos. The difference is I don't fixate on you. And again, like the other guy got mad at me for being rude, your main concern here is that you keep posting your resume. I mean, it's literally a copy of his resume, his self-described resume, which I have no reason to double check. Originally, all I did was I said somebody keeps posting under my videos about some random subject. It doesn't matter what it was. And they just keep including the resume. If you keep having to post your resume, I think you've got an inferiority complex, but that may not be going on. Maybe you were really trying to back up what you were saying. But it was just eventually a wall of you posting your resume, just like today, twice, and testing to see if you can annoy me enough that I'll put a video up. Or maybe you're just testing to see if I'm completely blocking you. If you're not aware of it, at one time I couldn't block anybody because YouTube wouldn't let me because they broke. Every time I have a channel, they break that ability. A lot of us have that problem. It's just something wrong with YouTube. And the other reason is I have no reason to block you because I haven't set up for approval only, meaning it doesn't post underneath my videos in the comment section unless I'm okay with it. And as soon as you edit it, it also locks it out and it becomes invisible. So your edit doesn't work. And yeah, again, every time you post one of these comments and I've allowed it and then you post a threat and then edit it later to make sure I saw it. I just flagged the threats. So at least they correctly identified you typing out that word that's on their, flagging list. Caused it to be flagged as abusive behavior, and I flagged it as definitely abusive behavior from your channel. And again, you keep using your main channel instead of some throwaway account. And again, this is a guy who originally started on YouTube posting videos of trains, because he's a train fanatic, or fan, as we call ourselves, and he's a foamer, like the rest of us are. You know you're a foamer, if you're watching this video. And I grew up near one of the biggest, interchanges in the United States at one point. Part of my life was spent next to a train yard, and trains. And also he posted videos about various other subjects, including some of his projects. He also posted that he got to be featured on Modern Marvels on TV. That's about it. He has some patents. He has only one full-on, real, truly unique patent that I could find, but it doesn't matter. He has patent listings that you can read. It's just they're broken files on Google. That's not his fault or mine. But his insistence on, I'm going to keep posting my resume because it annoys you. Again, the demand and request was, if you're going to toot your own horn, you got that image in your head now, do it on your own channel and talk about something proactive. And again, this person has started doing basically curated news feed. And everyone, why are you being nice to him? I'm not being nice to him. I'm pointing out the stupidness of this. You show up on my channel and repost a comment that comments and accusations based on the word of a convicted sex offender. You are repeating his words, and it's setting off the flag thing because it's assuming you're him. That's getting forwarded to the FBI because the guy is FBI material. Do you understand why this is dumb? Are you just doing this because you want to cause some drama? Of course it is. But are you doing this because you can't stop yourself? I think so now. Originally, you might have said something along the lines of, I was being rude, just like the sex offender said. But it's a lie. In his case, it was always a lie. He didn't like that I told him, stop picking fights with people visiting my YouTube channel. They're just commenting. I wasn't censoring anybody. Didn't have a reason to. Stop it. And then I had to put everything, because of this jerk, to approve only. So you come by here and literally emulate the behavior of somebody who is in prison again because he can't stop what he's doing because he's compelled to do it. No, I'm not going to include your resume below. I'm not going to even mention you in the video. I'm just going to say when trolls can't go away. And I'll have a link to the Vanderbilt.edu copy of the information and a couple of other things. And maybe I'll title this A Response to a Troll That can't get over it. And again, the only other person posting a video about you about this kind of behavior is an underage kid complaining that you're stalking him. Do you understand you're on a watch list already? Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that warble garble.